The tireless Joe Johnson made his way into the arena earlier tonight, ready for action. It's Eastern Conference time for the traveling Chicago Bulls. The fans are making noise here at Phillips Arena. The Atlanta Hawks getting settled in. After so much losing, Atlanta has to be overjoyed to have a team who's in the playoffs, it seems, year after year.
And the fans down there deserve it. I know they're a little slow in showing up, but they've been pretty supportive in recent years. After years of bad luck, tough breaks, this run of good seasons by the Hawks is well overdue for the Atlanta sports fan.
Now here's Boozer. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Derrick Rose and Ronnie Brewer in the backcourt. Carlos Boozer and Joakim Noah, they're inside. And dang. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, I had a chance to catch up with Coach Larry Drew. I asked him what word would best describe their defense, and he replied, intimidation. He thinks their length and capacity to block shots makes teams think twice about bringing the ball inside against them. That should certainly work to their advantage today, guys.
Thanks, Doris. So defense is the key early on.
You know, it's not surprising, Kevin, when you think about the great team. So much of their game planning really starts at the defensive end of the floor.
But with the roster as composed, this Hawks team isn't a championship contender. So how do they get there? Or how do they at least get in that elite category?
Well, I tell you what, I think they're missing a piece or two, but I wouldn't say they're that far off. I mean, it's a relatively thin line. I think they would need some more size on the interior. Horford is very serviceable as a center, but I think he would be much more efficient as a power forward. And then if they could get a true point guard, a creative point guard that could make it easier for everybody else. Heck, everybody wants one of those kind of point guards, Kevin. But I think that would help the Hawks tremendously.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
You know, Kevin, Josh Smith was the only player in the NBA last season to average at least 15 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists per game.
Now, here's Rose. Guarded by Crawford. And Noah backs down. And it's Horford picking him up. Boozer kicks it to Noah. A second left. And he makes it look so easy, laying it right in.
Beautiful delivery with the bounce pass. He kept it away from the defense, which set up the shot perfectly.
Rose against Crawford.
Oh! It's the old reversal. That was something else, wasn't it, Kev?
All a defender can do, Clark, is hope the photographer didn't get him in the picture.
I think he was posterized.
Terrific swat. Here's Crawford. He's covered by Rose. Inside, deflects the pass.
The interior D was lurking on that one.
It's blocked. And so here is Atlanta. Crawford kicks to Williams. And Luol Deng pulls it down. Here's Noah. It's one-on-one. Crawford dishes to Williams. Johnson, the pass to Smith. Screen by Smith.
Got a great jump on the ball there, Kevin.
Chicago trailing here. Rose kicks it to Noah. Now Brewer. Blocked. Lays out. 2:18 left in the first. Clark, the Bulls with 28 wins a year ago in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, and Kevin, they went 24-28 the year before that, so progress is being made, but more improvement has to happen if you're going to be more than a perennial 8 seed.
Here's Noah, and off the glass as he lays that one up and in. Noah's got his second basket. Here's Crawford, and he lays that one up and in. So Clark, with the Bulls, what's missing for them? How do you get from a 7th or an 8th seed and move up a little bit?
Well, you've got to have an inside presence, Kevin. Boozer to pair up with Derrick Rose. Powerful presence inside. A little too much body contact there. You have to stay in front of the ball handler by moving your feet, or you'll get tagged with that call every time.
For the Hawks, Reese Evans is checked in for Williams, and Mike Bibby is subbed in for Jamal Crawford.
I think this quarter particularly, we're seeing them having trouble keeping possession of the ball. Far too many turnovers right now.
And Clark, when you see the kind of plays where they're unable to run their offense, as a coach, you start getting concerned.
Oh, without question. I mean, you have plays set up, you know your players can run them, and then they throw the ball away. You don't like to see that. They're not concentrating, trying to make a play, but it's about court awareness, understanding not only where your teammates are, but where's the defense. You've got to be able to understand and see both.
Josh Smith really made a big leap last season, Clark, as a player.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. I mean, his scoring stayed about the same, but his shooting percentage, his rebounding total, steals, and assists all went north.
One Brewer. 2 shots. Under 6.
And so he hits both. Some interesting stats start to pop up when you look at the Hawks. They played the 4th slowest paced in the league last year. That kind of surprises me with all their athleticism.
Me too, Kevin. I mean, you would think they would be much more committed to playing at a faster pace, especially since they've got so many guys that would seem to thrive in that kind of offense.
And now our sideline reporter, Doris Berg, has some info for us. Doris, take it away.
Kevin, with the addition of Jamal Crawford to the Hawks, it has made them even more potent offensively. Celtics coach Doc Rivers said they have Joe Johnson, and now they have Crawford as well, so they have 2 closers. That makes it really tough. It's very difficult to get stops against guys that don't need a play to score. Guys, the Hawks were able to keep both players for a second season. We'll see if this team can take the next step.
We will indeed. Thank you, Doris. Now here's Johnson. Drains the easy jumper.
This is what happens when the defense lags. Wrong guy to give an opening to.
Here's Rose. They trail by 6. Here is Brewer. With the floater, Evans hauls it in off the defensive glass.
Looks like they switched to man, D here.
Johnson is covered by Rose. 18 feet away, and again, Joe Johnson. Johnson's got 8 points.
Well, he's really been big for their team, finding a way to consistently get it done on the scoreboard.
And some great offensive action to get this one underway in the... Now the second quarter about to start. Here's Crawford, 8-point game. So with Boozer on the bench, here's the 5 for Tom Thibodeau right now. James Johnson is out there with Taj Gibson. Then there's Thomas. Then there's Derrick Rose and Corbin.
That's right, fellas. Don't be afraid to power it down.
Yeah, Clark, a good capper at the end of that play. Here's Rose. Connects from in close. Rose has got his first basket.
Boy, he's really special. The defense has to account for him at all times.
There's Crawford with the 3. Bulls trail by 8. To Corbin for 3. Can't get it to go. So the Hawks will take it the other way. And here's Bibby. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Jacks up the triple. The rebound by Johnson.
Boy, he had a good look. I think everyone here was a bit shocked to see that one not fall through.
Mike Bibby out of Arizona, still a deadly shooter after all these years.
One of the outstanding strokes in the game, Kevin. Very reliable. You know, he's starting to slow down a little bit, but the one thing that never leaves a good shooter is his stroke.
And the Bulls making a change here. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Thomas. Boozer comes in for Taj Gibson. Luol Deng is checked in for James Johnson. And Ronnie Brewer's subbed in for Kyle Korver. Bulls trail by 8. Thinking about this Bulls team knocked out by Cleveland in round 1. Joakim Noah said he wanted the Cavs, but maybe bit off a little bit more than he could chew in that statement.
Well, you know what? It wasn't for lack of effort on his part. I thought he produced at a high level. The Bulls just need to mature a little bit and add an inside scoring presence to be able to challenge the Cavs.
It bounces out of bounds after the shot. Thinking back to that Bulls-Cleveland series, I will say those games were close. It wasn't a runaway.
No, I thought it was a competitive series. I think every time two teams that know each other really well meet in the playoffs, even if the series doesn't go a long way, it's still competitive.
And making a change here, the Hawks. Horford's checked in. Noah in the post, guarded by Horford. It's one-on-one. Let's go to our great sideline reporter, Doris Burke, for an update. Doris?
Well, Kevin, Jamal Crawford had the league's longest stretch of games played without a playoff appearance. He'd never made the playoffs prior to last season. Crawford said, "The thing that bothered me most about it was I actually hadn't experienced the big games in front of the crowd like that. I just think on that stage, I'm at my best." Well, he actually struggled in the playoffs last season, but practice makes perfect. Guys?
That's right, Doris. Thanks. Joe Johnson, he's checked in for Atlanta. Taj Gibson's checked in for Chicago. Korver comes in for Ronnie Brewer. Poked away. Bulls trail by 8 and finished off by Rose.
Good execution on the break leads to the nice bucket.
The Hawks leading by 6. Bibby kicks to Johnson. A 3-ball. The Hawks again can't hit. It's 2-on-1. The 3 from Korver. The shot no good, so the Hawks will take it the other way. Deng gets called for blocking. That's his first foul. Here's Bibby. Smith in the post. He's covered by Rose. Puts the move on. Now the Bulls with it. 6-point game. And smashed down.
That's just poor defense, Kevin. Somebody's got to get back and defend the basket. Instead, they give up a rack-to-rack finish.
Now here's Williams. Got a piece of it. The dump off. Smith dishes to Johnson. Back to Smith. Goes up. Kept alive. It's blocked. But they'll get another chance. Here's Johnson. The Hawks again can't hit. Bulls trail by 4. The 3 from Korver. And it's Johnson with the rebound. One thing about Joe Johnson, he has cut his turnovers in the past 4 years down every single season.
And, you know, Kevin, as good a ball handler as he is, I don't think turnovers should be a problem for him. I mean, he's got strength and length. He can shoot over the top of people, so he doesn't have to take a lot of chances with the basketball when he's handling it.
And almost gets it to go, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. You got to stop the layup there. Make him earn his points from the line.
Atlanta making some changes. Pachulia, he's checked in for Horford. Evans comes in for Marvin Williams. And it's Crawford in for Mike Bibby.
Had a miss on that trip, but still made this a 2-possession lead.
Smith gets a hand on it. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. And some changes for Chicago. Boozer comes in for Taj Gibson. And Ronnie Brewer's subbed in for Kyle Korver. Here's Noah. Brewer passes to Boozer. Covered by Smith. And Boozer backs in. Down to 5 on the shot clock. There's Rose with the 3. That's good. Rose has got 11.
He's really come out this quarter saying, give me the ball. I'm taking over. I'm demanding the ball. And you know what? He's delivered a tremendous performance this quarter.
Here's Crawford. He has 6. Kicks it out to Johnson. Covered by Brewer. On the wing, Jamal Crawford. He's covered by Rose. Crawford, no luck.
Well, Kevin, they've been fighting it out for the rebounds here, so far it's an even match in that area.
From deep, Rose. Rose can't get that one to fall. The clock runs out, and we're hit.
Halftime at Phillips Arena, and a lot of points.
The second half is now beginning. It's been a close one. Neither team has been able to get an edge. Here's Crawford. One thing for the Atlanta Hawks, they've been a great team at home for a few years running now, Clark.
Yeah, they have been. 34 wins last year, Kevin, and then 31 the year before that. They made the leap into a playoff caliber team around the start of that, so it shouldn't be too much of a surprise that they've continued to play at a high level.
Williams and Smith are in there at the forward positions. Crawford is joined in the backcourt by Joe Johnson and Horford. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Larry Drew. No good on the second free throw. You brought up the old Hawks. What was the difference from the old Hawks to these new Hawks? A lot of the same players on the roster.
Well, I think a couple of things, Kevin. One is just the natural maturation process that players and the team will go through. Certainly getting Mike Bibby helped them as well. I think the team just grew comfortable with itself and really made a commitment to defending and playing together at that end of the floor.
Taj Gibson's checked in for the Bulls. It's stolen by Rose. Blocked. The Hawks leading. On the wing, Johnson. He's covered by Rose. Horford against Noah. Tipped.
And that's his second turnover in this quarter alone.
And so they go with the intentional foul here.
First personal foul, team's first.
Here is Rose. 11 points in the game. Smith with it. Screen by Smith. Off the pick. Dunked in off the nice assist that time.
That's how you do it. That was a nice setup. I mean, the pick was in the right place, right where it should have been.
Followed the strategy that is mapped out on the sideline. Those timeouts mean a lot for these guys. Now here's Johnson. He's got 8. Deflected.
Well, they put themselves in that position by losing control of the ball. Those turnovers can come back to haunt you.
Here's Rose. 6-point game. And Crawford picks him up defensively. And Gibson kicks it to Noah.
And you look at what they've done, or rather what they haven't done, it's hold on to the ball. Oh! Kevin, they're fighting extremely hard right here, bit by bit, just trying to pull away.
Jamal Crawford, the 6th man of the year last season. Nice piece of hardware for him in what was a spectacular year.
Yeah, he had perhaps the best season of his career. He improved his shooting percentages, and that was always a problem for him because his shot selection dragged it down. And then he also was on the playoff team for the first time. They switch now to the full court press. We'll see if they can find a way to pressure the ball and force a few turnovers.
Brewer passes to Gibson. And great assist as he lays that one in. Here's Johnson. 10 points for him. Now Horford. Here is Brewer. Horford kicks to Smith. And there's the dunk. He's got 8 in this quarter alone.
Right now, he's just too good, Kevin. Way too good. They need to bring a second defender and try to make him give up the ball.
From everything you hear, Clark, the Bulls players have a good locker room, great chemistry. Guys really get along.
Yeah, it seems like that, Kevin, and that's always what you're looking for, the intangibles. Guys that want to play together, that want to be together, and that have each other's back.
Dang against Johnson. Dang passes to Rose. Gibson with it.
And again, they let the defense get a hand on the ball. A little carelessness there. It's difficult. Oh! No answers on D. They can't do anything to stop it.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. Reese Evans is checked in for the Hawks. Bibby comes in for Jamal Crawford. Then for the Bulls, Korver's checked in. And it's the Bulls with the ball. Trailing by 10. Leads him with the pass. Rose. Good work defensively by Horford.
Tough D forces him to miss it at the rim. You won't see that very often.
Smith kicks to Bibby. Johnson from downtown. It's hauled in by Noah. And here is Dang, looking for his first bucket of the game. It's in!
Beautiful pass there to find his man streaking up court.
Evans outside. Johnson behind the arc. And it's Johnson again missing. Noah, the pass to Gibson. Back to Noah. The three from Korver. Gets it to go. They narrow it to 5.
After struggling a bit in the first half from the arc, they've been able to turn it around here a bit. And I give them a lot of credit for staying with it, trusting in each other, moving the basketball, and stepping into those three-point shots. That's a terrific play. All he had to do was catch it and finish.
One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent ball movement.
And I love the unselfishness. It's a joy to watch.
And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Contact certainly altered that shot. The official was right on top of it.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Here's Bibby. And here's Crawford. And the third quarter is over, and a good finish looks to be in store for all of us.
35. The Bulls, 30.
And the final period of play just about to start. Here is Rose. So with Boozer on the bench, here's the 5 for Tom Thibodeau right now. Rose and Dang on the floor. It's Gibson and Noah at the 4 and the 5. And Korver. And so here is Atlanta, following the miss by Derrick Rose. Back to Bibby. Now Pachulia. The kick out to Williams. Hawks turn it over. So for the Hawks, Al Horford. He's checked in for Pachulia. Smith comes in for Maurice Evans. And it's Johnson in for Mike Bibby. The Bulls also changing it up. Carlos Boozer's checked in for Gibson. And Ronnie Brewer's subbed in for Kyle Korver. Now here's Rose. Boozer is screen on Crawford. Here's Rose. It's blocked. The Hawks leading by 5. Smith left side. And it'll go the other way. The Hawks turn it over.
That was an ugly possession. They were out of sync completely, and the ball just sailed out of bounds.
Here comes Rose. Dang with it. Rose kicks to Brewer. It's good. This time the assist from Rose.
Great vision on display there. The pass led him perfectly to the basket. That's how you do it.
Williams kicks to Crawford. It's dumped off. Fires the three. Johnson can't hit.
Kevin, as a coach, that's a shot you don't mind. He has to keep his defender honest. And taking shots like that does it. He's been extremely active out there, and he has the stats to prove it. Terrific hustle.
Rose gets the whistle for blocking. That's his first foul. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Luol Deng. Here's Crawford. Here's Horford. It counts, and the foul. It's going to be on Ronnie Brewer.
Well, you can see the extra pep in their step here in the second half. I mean, it's obvious. And that extra energy may be the difference in winning and losing.
Now here's Rose. Noah, guarded by Horford. The three from Korver. It's hauled in by Jamal Crawford. The Hawks leading by 4. Here's Smith. Takes it up. Brewer knocks it away. Horford is tagged with the reach. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here is Brewer. Crawford gets the reach-in call. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Rose. Guarded by Crawford. Here's Boozer. No luck, so the Hawks will take it the other way. They've led by as much as 10. Rose against Crawford. Here's Johnson. The Hawks again can't hit.
It's not been a day to remember, but if they get the win, I'm sure being the team player that he is, he'll be fine. No, sir. It ain't that easy, son, especially with a top-notch defender breathing right down your neck. That's a good example of excellent communication. The nice lead pass led his teammate right to the rim for the basket.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, guys, Tom Thibodeau had some advice for his team in that last timeout. He told them, we can't quit now, guys. We're going to find a way to win this thing. Our fans are pulling for us. Our families are as well. We're going to make them proud. Let's go out there and show them exactly what we're made of.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Pachulia comes in for Josh Smith. And Mike Bibby is subbed in for Jamal Crawford. Bibby passes it to Johnson. Back to Bibby. Johnson right side. Bibby. Pass to Horford. It takes a bad bounce and goes out of bounds.
Good defensive footwork shut down his path to the basket.
So for the Hawks, Smith comes in for Jaja Pachulia. And it's Crawford in for Mike Bibby. Bulls trail by 4. Here's Rose. The kick out to Boozer. Easy shot. It's good. This time the assist from Rose.
Nice speed. That's the way to keep the ball moving.
Atlanta calls timeout. They're winning by 2. 1:48 left in the fourth. Making a switch here, the Bulls. Deng's checked in. Here's Crawford. Here's Smith. Hoop plus the horn. He would not be denied, and he'll have a chance to make it a three-point play. They get Carlos Boozer.
Smith playing very well. 13 points and 5 blocks. His defense has been equal to his offense today, and both have been great. I tell you what, Kevin, those hoop plus the harm fouls are backbreakers in the clutch. That really extends their lead. He just lost another one, Kevin. I mean, he's really having a difficult time seeing the defense here.
Bulls trail by 7. Here's Deng. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Deng's got his second bucket. Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. They're in front by 5. 1:17 left in the game. Here's Crawford. Fouled as he went in for the jam. The D saved the dunk, and he'll shoot free throws.
That's his third personal. Fourth team foul.
Off target on the first.
They're not making them pay right now. Their free throw percentages dropped all the way down to below 60%. That's unacceptable, and that certainly is not winning basketball. Boy, they just can't seem to get it right from the line here, yet they're still on top. That poor free throw shooting could come back to haunt them.
Kyle Korver is checked in for Chicago. Bulls trail by 5. He dishes it. Here's Rose. Whoa! And the one-handed jam to finish. He's shooting 25% from long range. Here's Johnson, and he nails the triple.
They continue to struggle on defense in this half. They're allowing way too many good looks at the basket, and a good team will burn you if you give them good shots.
Now here's Rose. He's guarded by Johnson. And Rose throws it down hard.
Who says your point guard isn't supposed to throw it down?
Well, no need for him to look for an open man. He can do it all by himself.
Solo.
Less than 1 minute left. Crawford outside. Joakim Noah grabs the miss.
I really don't know what to say. Maybe he was just too wide open.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're losing by 4. 32 seconds left to the fourth. It stays here. And so here is Chicago. 4-point game. Here's Korver for 3. It's hauled in by Jamal Crawford. And there's the intentional foul. Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. Perfect from the line, and it's a 6-point ballgame.
Clutch free throws there. He drained them all to raise the lead. Time is getting short now. If they don't get some quick points, game over.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Deng can't get it to go.
Bulls foul. Kyle Korver. That's his first personal.
Sinks the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Shooting right there. Jamal Crawford.
Doesn't get the second. Stolen away.
He tried to air it out. Bad pass there.
Now Horford. And so the Hawks take the win. They came, they saw, they conquered.
Hey, Kevin, to me, any win is a good win.
And that'll do it for Clark Kellogg, Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. And now we present the Jordan Brand Player of the Game, Josh Smith.